Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been getting bigger. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your weekday daily morning show where we bring you the latest in everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, a very obvious day of news is coming because Trump is being inaugurated today. In fact, as we speak, the inauguration ceremony is being prepared. In about 2 hours, the United States of America is going to have a new president, and that president on day one, which is today, is likely going to sign over 200 executive orders that will be completely upending the way that American civilization operates. Many of those executive orders will likely have to do with our very favorite Bitcoin. And today we're probably going to see an enormous amount of price volatility. In fact, that's what we've already seen. Yesterday evening, we saw Bitcoin drop down to $99,451 before rocketing at about $145 this morning, up to a new all-time high of $109,545. Today, right now at 10 a.m. Eastern, we are trading at about 107, and I don't think that's over yet. After Trump gets in office, when we start to see those first executive orders coming in, many of them being pro-Bitcoin, we're likely going to see a much larger rally even than we have seen thus far. I'm your host, Jeb McAfee. I've been working in the cryptocurrency space for nearly a decade, and it is my life's passion to help you guys succeed with money. And as we know, that has a lot to do with Bitcoin here in the 21st century. For anyone who might be wondering what Bitcoin is during a time like this, where we have a president coming in pro-Bitcoin, never seen that before. What's going on? Why is everybody talking about this digital money? Here's the reason in a nutshell. Bitcoin does gold better than gold. That's why. So in your brain, think to yourself, man, why do people value gold? What's the value prop of gold? It's scarce. It's hard to get gold. The gold on my finger, right? This spot price is worth about $2,000. Just a little tiny amount of gold. Not that much. Just a little bit of gold worth a bunch of money. Why? Because there's not much of it. And the reason for that is because of its scarcity. Bitcoin is scarce, and because it is scarce in a mathematically and technologically and cryptographically verifiable way, it maintains its value better than any other commodity in the history of mankind. And so we are going to see nation states and companies and individuals around the world adopting Bitcoin in droves for the simple fact that it has the ability to store value unlike any other asset on the planet. And that is why you're about to see the United States become the first administration that Bitcoin is mass adopted by the United States federal government itself. Let's read some chat. Let's dive right on into it because we've got a lot to cover. Sean O'Brien is in chat today, said, hey. Abraham Lee is in chat, said, let's go Bitcoin. That's right. Joe Bollier's in chat. Arthur DeVroom is in chat. Blasnik J-Babe is in chat. Don't tread on me. There you go. One Africa IO. Tim is in chat. Tim Llewellyn is in chat. Christopher Ryan's XRP ally. Hey Jeb and all, happy Monday. Good morning to you as well. The long-awaited Monday. Hi Jeb, long time no see. Greetings from the Netherlands. Dave Mueller, good to see you, Dave. Manuel Solorio is in chat. Dwayne's View. One House Productions said, you are the man, Jeb. Health and love to your family. Thank you. You okay, Jeb? Look a little bit sick. I am coming down a little bit of something, I think. It's that time of the year, right? Rick4962 in chat. Lewis Hodge in chat. Foul Grace Retrievers in chat. Kryptoni. Lasagna Automat, I believe is the name in chat. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you guys so very much. Let's get started. Bitcoin over the last 24 hours is up about 2.75%, but that's a little bit misleading because honestly, Bitcoin is up significantly more than that. Less than 24 hours ago, Bitcoin dropped down to a new local bottom of about $99,500. Depending on the chart, it's around $905 to $906. Around that time, a lot of people said, you know what? We're holding 100, and people bought the dip. As we dropped a couple of $100 below $100,000, the dip held. If you look at the last year of price action data, what you will see is that for a very long time, Bitcoin was struggling to get above $100,000. Today, that's a different story. Bitcoin fails to fall beneath $100,000. This is the entire point of what's going on right now in Bitcoin in a nutshell. Bitcoin hits $100,000, fights through $100,000, back tests $100,000, skyrockets off of $100,000. That's the story thus far, including the next few chapters. And the reason that is occurring is because $100,000 was, and forever will be, one of the most important psychological levels of resistance that Bitcoin has ever or will ever test. Why? Because it signals the onboarding of Bitcoin onto the global stage. A six-figure Bitcoin is a $2 trillion market capitalization, putting it in about number 7 position of the largest assets on the planet, whether they be companies or precious metals. And so with this massive level of resistance shattered, it leaves a blue sky for a breakout to occur. We tried to break $100,000 here and here and here. We had a little bit of a back test here, small bounce up to about 108. That was our previous all-time high that was broken this morning. Then we fell back below, and again, we test 100K, test 100K, test 100K, test 100K, fall below it over and over and over again. But the story wasn't over. Bitcoin wasn't building an inverse head and shoulders pattern. No, instead, Bitcoin was building a fake out to trick all the bears that said, I'll buy in when we get down to 80. Nonsense. I told you not to do that. Did you? Did you do that? Did you wait till 80 to buy? You shouldn't have. We've been dollar cost averaging the entire time, and every time Bitcoin drops below 100K, we buy. Just about every time Bitcoin's dropped below $100,000, yep, boom, buy. We put cash in every day, then we put more money in on top of that whenever we see the market lower than it has been recently, more or less. And so what we've seen happen over the last few days is not surprising. The last week, we've seen Bitcoin rally from $89,000 all the way up to a new high of $106,000. We back tested $100,000 and it bounced off of it massively, hugely. As our new incoming president would say, we had the most beautiful bounce. Huge. Unlike anything the world has ever seen, right? That's the bounce that we just saw. Bitcoin dropped down to $100,000, bounced, rallied, hitting almost $110,000 as a new all-time high. But the question on everyone's mind right now is not what has happened, but what will happen and what is Bitcoin going to do after the inauguration takes place. That is the million-dollar question. Let's talk about that. There are a litany of executive orders for Trump on day one involving Bitcoin. And a lot of them are going to be covering different topics, such as the mining industry, such as a potential strategic Bitcoin reserve, such as the regulatory clarity, such as just different things having to do with different agencies in the United States federal government. For example, we have a lot of Bitcoin that is being held by the Department of Justice right now that was going to be sold. Is it going to be? Are we going to see an executive order on that? It is somewhat difficult to tell exactly what's going to happen on day one with the agenda because there are going to be a lot of different executive orders. However, investors.com has an article here, Bitcoin and crypto. Trump has big plans for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, including potentially establishing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. However, Bitcoin and crypto are late additions to Trump's first list of first day agendas. The scope of the first day order isn't yet clear, but anticipation has been building after the launch of the Trump meme token. So we don't really know exactly what kind of executive orders he's going to be signing for Bitcoin on day one. We're just not sure. But it is reasonable to expect that he's going to sign something because there was a post earlier that over 200 executive orders are expected to be signed this afternoon on his first day as the 47th president of the United States of America. And so if we see any executive orders that are pro-Bitcoin and pro-cryptocurrency, then instantaneously we see this world where all of a sudden we have pro-cryptocurrency executive orders coming out. It doesn't really matter what they are. It doesn't really matter if it has to do with the mining sector. It doesn't really matter if it has to do with something to do with regulatory clarity. It doesn't even really matter if it's a strategic Bitcoin reserve. What matters is the precedent of an incoming president signing an executive order on Bitcoin on day one. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. If he's going to sign 200 executive orders on day one, do you really expect that he's not also going to sign some executive orders on crypto? That would be shocking. So I think the question of what happens today as it relates to Bitcoin comes down to one question. Does Trump sign executive orders today on Bitcoin or not? And so let's explore both possibilities, because as we dig into that question, it'll help us to understand where Bitcoin is going to go based on what Bitcoin may do. Based on what Trump may do, excuse me. If Trump signs 0 executive orders, let's just say for some reason Trump didn't get around to it. As that article that we just read just said, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are a relatively late addition to the campaign, right? A lot of the other things on trade and immigration and the border wall and all of this stuff, these are policies that the Trump campaign has had for nearing a decade at this point. Cryptocurrency is a relatively new addition over the last 6 months, so it is possible that you don't see anything on day one. Is that likely? No, it's not, but I think it is definitely possible, and so we should consider it. If we do not see any executive orders on day one for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I honestly hope that happens. I honestly hope that's what happens. Jeb, you heretic. What do you mean? Well, the reason is because I do actually trust that Donald Trump is going to do a lot of what he said with crypto. Listen, we could be wrong. Could be wrong. Maybe the guy's a complete fake and he didn't mean any of it. I don't think he's going to do that, because if he shoots cryptocurrency, then good luck getting JD Vance in as his successor, because Trump doesn't want to just be in office for 4 years. He's also thinking 4 years down the road when he's no longer allowed to be in office because of the 2-term limit. We should get that for Congress. So he'll probably front JD Vance to run as his successor. JD Vance doesn't get in if this administration screws over cryptocurrency, and then the entire political agenda swings back to the left. So the appeasement of the cryptocurrency voter is actually a pivotal swing issue for the Trump campaign. You see, the thing is, it's only the right that's talking about building a border wall and immigration. That's it. There's not really many people on the left saying close the border and build a wall, all that. You don't really see anybody on the left talking about tariffs. So those aren't swing issues. The swing issue, this election, and for next election, by the way, is going to be crypto. There's other swing election issues, of course, but crypto has generally been right or left. When I got into cryptocurrency in 2017, I told people when I was 16 years old, back then, way back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, in the context of how old, cryptocurrency is. Back when cavemen, they beat each other up with clubs, back in the day. Back in my day, we walked to school uphill both ways, snowed upside down the whole time, right? When that time was that, I told people the first political party that snatches up Bitcoin will win the presidency, the House, and the Senate. The first party that gets crypto right will win the presidency, the House, and the Senate, and then cryptocurrency will be generally considered to be on that side of the aisle. Trump came along, saw that Biden completely screwed the pooch on it, and said, we are going to go ahead and we're going to say Bitcoin's part of our campaign. And it kind of makes sense with all this whole Make America Great Again stuff. New technology, we're going to do it here. Boom, there you go. The first party that adopted Bitcoin as a core part of their messaging was always going to be the one that succeeded, because cryptocurrency was too big of an issue for you to just say, screw that, we're not going to support that. That's what the left did. That's part of the reason that Kamala lost this election, for a multitude of other reasons as well. If Trump, and hear me out here, follow my train of thought, Bitcoin's so important that it creates election outcomes in the United States. That's how important this industry is. It's hard to think that, but in this industry, it's that important. If Bitcoin is that important, Trump realizes that. That's why he took on Bitcoin as part of his campaign. It was part of how he got Biden to drop out. It was part of how he beat Kamala. If he screws over the crypto industry, then he shoots his own movement in the foot, because he can't be president in 4 years. But the guy does genuinely care about the movement, not just himself. So he wants to get Vance or somebody else to follow in his footsteps that push on the whole Make America Great Again thing. And that person is not getting elected if Trump screws over crypto. Are you starting to see why we can have confidence that Trump's actually going to make good on some of his campaign promises? Or at least try when it comes to crypto. The chances of him having a successor that is actually on the whole MAGA train that has anything to do with him does to a great degree ride on whether or not Bitcoin and cryptocurrency thrive under this administration. So I do think you're going to see executive orders. But if you don't, here's what happens. Because there is a chance that with, the burden of running an entire freaking country, that you don't see executive orders today. If you don't, Bitcoin plummets back down to 100,000, maybe even lower. I think Trump realizes that. And so there's two things that can happen. Either Trump does sign executive orders on day one to prevent the dump that would come from him not signing executive orders from happening, or he doesn't sign executive orders on day one so that a dump will happen, so that people get another buying opportunity. Two options. Regardless. The point is, if he does not sign any executive orders today, then Bitcoin probably drops back down to $99,000. I cannot tell you whether he will or not because I'm not in his brain. There's zero chance of me predicting whether he's going to or not. I can tell you what he's likely to do, but I can't tell you for sure what he's going to do. If he doesn't sign anything, we drop back down to 100, maybe even lower. If so, good. Why did I say I hope that happens? I would love another chance to buy more coin down at $99,000 because, friends, those executive orders are coming. Trump's entire place in the history books rides on it. He'd be an idiot not to support the crypto industry after he said he would. Because if he doesn't, he gets disgraced. Capiche? Presidents care about how history remembers them. So they try and pander to it as much as they can. Trump is no exception. He's an exception on a lot of things, but he's not an exception on that. He does care about how he goes down in history. And so, if you do see executive orders pro-cryptocurrency, it's pretty straightforward. We're probably going straight to the moon. And what's the moon? In this case, probably $115,000 to $120,000, potentially by the end of the day. Right? We've seen a $7,000 movement in 4 hours. Sorry, a $10,000 movement happen in 5 hours today. To tell us that that can't happen again would be asinine considering the current political situation. A rally up to $118,000 to $120,000 could easily happen today. Let's take a look at what happened during the election, shall we? What happened during the election? About 2 o'clock in the morning, Kamala's chief staffer told everybody to go home. They were going to have a victory party, and then they realized that their goose was cooked, and so they told them all to go home. And so when it was realized that he was going to win on Tuesday at like 7 in the afternoon, pretty much as soon as votes started rolling in, Bitcoin pumped $6,000 from $70,000 to $75,000. About a month out, not even a month out, about like a week and a half out, Bitcoin has pumped $25,000 in a week. This is what we're expecting to happen again soon. If you see a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill starting to go through the House and then through the Senate and then up to the presidency, if you start to see any kind of strategic Bitcoin reserve executive order, I don't know why he would do it by executive order. Every time that the United States creates a strategic reserve, such as the Strategic Petroleum Reserve created in the early 1900s, it has to be done by an act of Congress, so it's most likely that it would be done through Congress. But let's say he does something by executive order regarding a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That is all going to be very, very bullish for Bitcoin's price. So let's talk a little bit about the actual technicals, shall we? Let's look at the technicals right now. They're not as important right now because we're dealing with so much volatility from fundamental events, but it's still helpful to see. There is a strong buy signal on LuxAlgo's 4-hourly, on LuxAlgo on the 4-hourly chart. Buy signals here. Trend catcher is green back here. We've been under a confirmed buy signal ever since about the 13th of January, and that's not looking like it's going to stop anytime soon. Ever since that confirmed buy signal on LuxAlgo, Bitcoin has rallied 18% as LuxAlgo pretty much always does. It called the market perfectly. LuxAlgo is a phenomenal technical indicator. Go to luxalgo.com/Jeb or use Jeb at checkout to get a big discount. Use the link down below. This technical indicator is going to help you to understand where the market is going. And this technical indicator says that Bitcoin is extremely bullish right now. It's called every single major market uptrend and downtrend in recent memory And it is in very, very, very bullish territory on Bitcoin right now. Bollinger Bands, similar story. We are on the upper range of the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are an indicator created by John Bollinger back in the, let's see if I can get it right, 70s, somewhere around there. And the Bollinger Bands represent a 20 simple moving average straight through the center of the market. And then you take 2 standard deviations of the last 20 intervals of price action off of the 20 moving average, the standard 2 standard deviations away from the 20 simple moving average, and that gives you the Bollinger Bands. That means that 95% of the last 20 intervals of price action take place inside of the bands. 5% take place outside of the bands. So it gives you the 1 in 20 that extreme movement. And so we've seen that Bitcoin has spent the last 3 4-hourly candlesticks, last 12 hours or so, outside of the Bollinger Bands on the bullish side. We went from being overextended to the bearish side down here outside of John Bollinger's Bollinger Bands last night to being well above them today. This indicates that the bulls have taken full charge over the market, and this little scare that we saw here was either 1, manipulation, or 2, just cold feet. And this may have even fulfilled the whole sell the news part of the prophecy. Whenever Bitcoin, whenever something big happens in Bitcoin, the sell the news that we may have seen happen may have happened last night. Everyone said, bump that, I'm buying the dip, and then they bought it, and then Bitcoin rallied, right? And so that's where it seems like we may be right now. 4 moving averages, obviously, those are all going to be in bullish alignment of moving averages. The bullish alignment of moving averages is shortest to longest from top to bottom with no mixing. The 20 simple moving average on the 4-hourly chart is on top. 50's in the middle top. 100's on the middle bottom. 200 is on the bottom. And so that gives us this extremely powerful orientation of the moving averages, showing that Bitcoin is very bullish. Same thing is sorting itself out here on the 8-hour chart. In the next couple of candlesticks, we're going to see that bullish sorting coming into play. And the reason that that's significant is because we've seen the moving averages getting mixed up right here. You see how they're tangled up like a pair of headphones, right? They're tangled up like some earbuds. It's a mess. That means Bitcoin is correcting and consolidating. It does not speak to a profoundly strong uptrend. And that makes sense because we were right here with that downtrend and that downtrend. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't see that, yesterday or this morning, when we dropped down to 99 yesterday, we dropped back down and back tested this downtrending level of resistance, which we had tested as resistance 3 times. We then tested it as support with confluence on $100,000. If you cannot see that a massive rally is about to start, I don't know how I'm ever going to convince you that one is coming. This is the most obvious setup in my entire career here in Bitcoin over the last 8 years, that Bitcoin is about to have a massive, massive rally, so long as the assumptions of Donald Trump putting out pro-cryptocurrency executive orders on day 1 are true. Now, of course, executive order isn't the only way that Donald Trump influences the United States of America. His picks for the different positions in the government are also significant. But part of what I want to talk about here are these alignment of moving averages. You can see that they get tangled up whenever the market is not in a defined trend. They get tangled up. And when they're actually sorted out correctly, that's when you're in a powerful trend. And when you start to see them when you see them begin to sort themselves correctly is when you start to see a new trend form. And as you can see, the 28-hourly simple moving average is right here. We've also got the 50 right here, and then we've got the 200 and the 100 sorting themselves out down here. You can see the gray is the 100, this green is the 200. So if we zoom in here, you can see that the gray is working on sorting itself above the 200. It just needs to dogleg itself back up just a little bit, which will probably happen over the next 24 hours, and you'll have bullish alignment of moving averages on the 8-hourly chart for the first time since we hit $108,000 when they reversed. This will be the first time that Bitcoin is in bullish alignment on the 8-hourly chart in over a month. What does that mean? That means that Bitcoin is primed and ready for a big takeoff. You think this was a big rally? No, no, no. This was the primer for the next rally. The next rally will probably lead us up towards 125. And so that's why you're seeing everything rally right now, because people are expecting a lot of bullishness out of Trump. On every single time scale, Bitcoin is sitting above the 20 daily exponential moving average, one of the most important technical indicators in all of technical analysis. If you're learning TA for the first time, 20 EMA, 20 exponential moving average is one of the first ones you're going to want to use. We're sitting above it on the 8-hour chart, sitting above it on the daily chart. Heck, we're sitting above it down here on the 4-hourly chart, even up here on the 3-daily chart. We bounced off of it over the last few weeks. 2-daily chart, we're above it. 1 daily chart, we're above it. Every single chart, we're above the 20 daily the 20 exponential moving average, which is phenomenal. Bitcoin is primed and ready to go on a massive rally, and it's going to happen sooner than you think. Something that people don't understand is the massive amounts of liquidity that we have right now from everybody coming into Bitcoin. There's an enormous amount of people that are joining the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space right now because the president is doing so himself. And so $2 trillion market capitalization seems like, man, you could never move that. Bitcoin is still extremely nimble compared to the rest of the other altcoins. So we're going to do a couple of things right now. We're going to read some chat. I'm going to talk a little bit about Trump coin because everybody wants me to, and Melania, and Melania coin. And I've got a really funny X post to read you that I have to share. It's too funny. And also, I want to let you guys know that today's stream is brought to you in part by NordVPN. If you have not already, make sure to sign up for NordVPN with a link in the description box down below or by going to nordvpn.com/Jeb. You've heard of NordVPN, everyone has, but the question is, do you have it? You're probably thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, I don't need NordVPN. What's the point of that? NordVPN is going to help keep you safe while you browse online. You're making money in crypto. You don't want to get hacked, do you? One of the best things that NordVPN will ever do is keep you invisible so hackers and thieves can't see you and all of your stuff. Data brokers are real. If you don't know, they're worse than Facebook. They're worse than TikTok because they buy and sell from TikTok. It's a little bit like, think about it like this. Facebook, TikTok, they're the drug users. They're the ones that are actually using your data. They might be the manufacturers. They might be the one making them. But the data brokers, they're the drug dealers. They're the ones that are actually giving it to everybody. They're the ones you got to target if you want to get rid of the drugs, right? Well, they can see you. The data brokers, they can see you while you browse online. They can see all of your information because you got it out there and you haven't turned that crap off. If you want to turn off and opt out of all of your information getting all over the internet, best place to do that is with NordVPN. NordVPN can be found by nordvpn.com/Jeb, and there is still a New Year's deal going on right now. If you hit get the deal with a 30-day money-back refund guarantee, you can get the first 28 months of NordVPN for $93.36. Lowest price you're going to find anywhere. So make sure to sign up for NordVPN with the link in the description box down below. Opt out of these data brokers stealing your data, trying to get you hacked, trying to get advertisements targeted at you, etc. Make sure to sign up for NordVPN with the link in the description box down below. Let's keep reading chat. Grand Roofing Incorporated in chat said, hi, Jeb. Sorry, my fingers are cold. Hello. All right, let's read a little bit of chat, and then obviously you guys want to hear me talk about the Trump coin. Did I buy it? No. Am I going to? I don't want to say anything for sure, but probably not. Probably not. I missed the train. We all did. Adam Arroyo is in chat, but Melania and Trump for pump, buy. My thoughts on Trump coins 50-50. Yep. Let's talk about it. Trump coin. We got to talk about Trump coin. This is, my goodness, this is like the moral would you rather of the century here on cryptocurrency. Was this good? Was this bad? You see, there's a story here. There's a story here. Let's just make sure we pull up all of them because there's multiple Trump coins, if you will. This one right here is at $10 billion. This is the quote-unquote official Trump coin. And this thing went on a gigantic rally. So, if you're not aware, apparently, Donald Trump created a meme coin 2 days ago, launched it on the 18th of January, and it went on an enormous rally. Launched on Solana. There's 200 million circulating. There's a billion that exist, and it went in this gigantic rally. If you go on the website, you've probably seen all of this. The only official Trump meme. This is, the only official Trump coin. Buy now with debit card. Buy now with crypto. Solana contract address. Celebrate our win and have fun. So this is the kind of the picture of it, right? This is something that I'm not the biggest fan of. Creators and CIC Digital. Creators and CIC Digital 2. Creators and CIC Digital 3. The allocation sucks. It's terrible. Like really, really bad. The inflation of it is a mess. The creators get an enormous amount of the supply. It's a mess. Why does that matter? It matters because it leads to this question of ethics. Was this ethical for the Trump campaign to do? I don't know. This is the area where we've really got to consider the ethics of meme coins. I'm not sure I agree with this, to be quite and totally honest with you. I'm really not sure. And the reason is because of how much the insiders get. There's 10% given to the public. I'd like to believe that something strange is going on here and Trump didn't actually do this, because it's kind of confusing whether it was actually him or not. Right? It's a little bit difficult to tell whether this is actually Trump or not. I think it is, but people are debating that. Anyway, the market goes just absolutely parabolic because, you know, he's about to get elected, and it goes up to $75. The issue with the ethics of this is that people are making a lot of money. People are making a lot of money. And people are having fun. I think the ethics question of this comes down to, if you are seriously considering making money in a meme coin, you should probably not be doing that. There is freedom of expression. There is the freedom to create meme coins. There's also freedom to be an idiot and buy them. The Hawktua meme. Who remembers that one? The disgusting idea of that one, right? Who remembers that? It's completely crashed now. It's destroyed. Praise God. People got wrecked in that. People bet their life savings on that. That was dumb. The thing that... My consideration with this Trump meme is this. In our society, should it be permissible for people to invest in whatever they want? Or not? I think that's what this question boils down to. Is should we, as a society, have the right to invest in anything? Because the same people that are getting on Trump's case about launching a meme coin, a lot of times are the same people that have an issue with not being able to invest in certain companies, certain assets, because they're not a accredited investor. A lot of the same people that are ticked off at Trump for launching a meme coin are the same people that don't like people having to be an accredited investor. What's an accredited investor? An accredited investor is a person or a business that can buy and sell securities that are not registered with financial authorities. They are considered to be financially sophisticated and have a lower need for regulatory protection. So a lot of times this would be certain hedge funds, this would be certain real estate deals, REITs, etc., that are not as regulated. Do you agree with that or not? That's the question. Do you agree that anyone in the United States who is a citizen of the United States and over the age of 18 should be able to buy anything that they want, so long as the only person that's going to get hurt is them? Or do you not think that? If that question does not answer the question for you about whether or not it's okay for Trump to launch his own meme coin, then I think you're being potentially philosophically inconsistent. If it is okay for anyone in the United States to buy anything so long as it is only them being hurt, I'm talking about investments. I'm not talking about heroin, because you are hurting society by ripping your brain out of your body with these drugs. I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about investments. Because with an investment, somebody gets the money. If you bought a stupid investment, somebody got it. Do you or do you not agree with the idea that people should be able to invest in whatever they want, so long as what they're investing in is legal, they're over the age of 18, etc.? I do. Because I'm a capitalist. And because I also believe the government's too freaking big. So for me, that answers a lot of the question about what I think about the Trump meme. Do I like the token allocation? No. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, the amount of this that is for insiders is ridiculous. Creators. 80% of this is going to creators. %20 of it is going to the public. Don't like that. Should it be allowed, though? Yes. Does it give us some insight into Trump? Yes. So there's two questions here. Should it be legal? I think so. Does it put a good taste in my mouth with Trump? No, it doesn't. And that's where I think I can walk both sides of the argument. Should I think it? Do I think it should have been allowed to happen? Yeah, because I believe in a free market. Do I think it makes Trump look very good? No, I don't think it makes Trump look very good. So what I am interested to see is how Trump plays this. What does Trump do with the money that is going to be made? Because Trump, if this is his and he actually holds all this, like it seems like he does, he's going to make just an enormous amount of money. The fully diluted value of this is $51 billion. And everybody's talking about, Trump's worth $50 billion now. No, the fully diluted value does not count, because as the tokens are released into circulation, it's naturally going to decrease the price of the asset because of the inflation, right? So he does not have a $50 billion net worth now. Come on. In fact, based on the way that this token issuance is being done, 0 has been set aside for the creators for the first 3 months. And so this is where you can kind of redeem the argument a little bit for Trump. In the first 3 months, public and liquidity. Public distribution, liquidity distribution. The creators don't start getting anything until month 3. So there is a place to say that Trump could have set this up in such a way, and his team could have set it up in such a way. By the way, he didn't have anything to do with any of this. This guy has thousands of people working for him. You can blame Trump for this, but honestly, he probably didn't even know how this all works. So you can blame the Trump campaign, you can blame Trump if you want, but honestly, he probably has no idea what any of this means. But you can kind of see this is interesting. 200 million released, first 3 months, none of it goes to the creators in the first 3 months. What happens when you launch a meme coin? In the first 3 months, it gets all its activity. So Trump has 0 right now. According to this, if this is correct, Trump and team have basically 0 of the allocation for the first 3 months. Later on, they will start to gain more of it, which means if they want to actually profit from it, it seems like they must need to have some kind of vested interest in making sure it actually does something. So we'll see what happens. I'm not as concerned about this as some people, especially because for the first 3 months, they got nothing. Then for the next 3 months, only the first round of creators get something. But it's not exactly the best look. Now, this tweet that I saw, tweet is too funny. We've got to read this. Folks, I launched the most beautiful Trump coin yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. Everyone was saying, sir, this is the greatest coin launch in history. But then Melania, and listen, I love Melania, fantastic woman, used to be my favorite wife. She comes out with her own coin. Can you believe it? Very nasty move, very nasty. My coin was doing great numbers, the best numbers, and then boom, down it goes. People are saying it was the biggest betrayal since what Crazy Nancy did to Sleepy Joe. That was terrible, wasn't it? The Dems, I tell you folks, they're just terrible people. Look at what they've done to our country. This used to be a great country. And you know what? I had a great call with my good friend Elon. Brilliant guy. Loves rockets. Almost as smart as me. And he's got this fantastic rocket going to Mars. Beautiful rocket. Beautiful planet. Red like my tie. And I said, Elon, buddy, do you have room for one more passenger? I've got this problem here on Earth with my coin. I say we send Melania to Mars. She told me she always wanted to be a star. And when she's gone, and this is the beautiful part, we're going to make cryptocurrency great again. No more spouse coins. Just pure, beautiful Trump coins. And believe me, the next wife, and there will be a next wife, maybe the best wife ever, she's going to sign a pre-launch agreement. Very strict, very legal. No other coins allowed. I was a businessman doing business. I had to put it out there. Obviously, that's a terrible way to view your wife. But that's how everybody's been talking about the next meme coin that came out. Melania. Got to talk about official Melania meme. Oh my goodness. What in the world is going on? We've got a presidential inauguration going on, and there's meme coins flying everywhere. Melania meme coin launched. Same supply, 1 billion. Jokes aside, that means that they were created at the same time, doofus. Go to the website. Hello, it's the same web designer. Everybody's like, Melania, this one. Guys, this is obviously set up by the same team. Right? Goodness gracious. Here's what I think. This is a hot take. Here's what I think. I think that the Trump meme and the Melania meme, I think both of them are hoaxes. I don't think Trump had anything to do with either one of them. I think somebody launched them, slapped the word official on them, and this is the ultimate version that this is the ultimate version of those fake XRP streams. I don't even know if it's real. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But I don't know. Maybe he did. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Melania one's fake. It's a very confusing thing. Anyway, Trump Jr. coin is next. Yep. John, their kids, they don't understand the trading SEC laws. Yep. How many accents was that? I don't know. A huge amount. They're gonna build the wall and they're gonna make China. They're going to make Mexico pay for it, right? It's pure gambling on speculation, zero companies. So, my take on the meme coins. If you believe in free market capitalism, shut up. Should you buy it? No. Please do not buy it. But the thing about free market capitalism is that it has this beautiful effect of weeding out the fools from the wise. People that understand money make money. People that don't understand don't make money. That simple. If you want to bet your life savings on the next meme coin and lose it all, then that's called consequences. Do you know why everybody is stupid with money in America? Because we've made it easy for them to be. You can be a moron when it comes to money and make $100,000 sitting in a cubicle somewhere, sucking the life out of the company that you work for, quote unquote. Produce nothing, drive a brand new car, and live prosperously. The level of foolishness that our society promotes by enabling foolishness is absurd. You have to give people the ability to screw up so that they do sometimes and they learn. We've taken the idea out of the schools of everybody gets a participation award. Everybody's got a da-da-da-da-da. And we've put that into our society. Everybody's got to succeed in the market. No, they don't. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't want to put the time and the effort into learning, then you should fail. The prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Thank God there's so much wisdom out there. That is the common grace of God, that there is so much wisdom, so much wise teaching. God doesn't want you to fail, and neither do I. But, here's the but. If you choose, or an investor chooses, not to do their due diligence, not to listen to wisdom, not to seek out counsel, not to be wise with their money, they should lose it, because that is the just reward for their foolishness. If, however, you choose to be wise, and you choose to follow good teaching, and you choose to seek counsel, and you choose to study what has worked in the past and what will work in the future most likely, then there is a great likelihood that you will succeed. There are very few 100-millionaire and billionaire folks out there that did not get there because of some degree of wisdom. There's very few of them. Very, very, very few people get to that level of wealth by being fools. But there are millions of people driving around in their nice little new car with a $42,000 loan on it, with $78,000 of student loan debt, making $48,000 a year, doing God knows what, thinking that they're going to make it anywhere without saying, I've got to wisen up with money. Do I think Trump should have launched a meme coin? Probably not. Do I think Trump knows any better? Probably not. The only official statement that we can find from Trump on this meme coin was the quote, have fun. The guy genuinely might not understand meme coins enough to realize that it's going to end up looking like a rug pull. He genuinely may not realize that it looks like he's trying to rug his audience. He might not know. The guy just figured out what Bitcoin was 6 months ago. Cut the guy a break. He's the president of the United States. I understand you can't just cut a break all the time. But at the same time, the guy genuinely may not have realized. Bottom line, I wouldn't have done this. Should it be legal? Yeah. Yeah. There need to be investment vehicles in this market that are bad options so that you can weed out the wise from the fools. Because when you build a market based on foolishness, when the real world eventually catches up, the market crashes and the wise and the fool both get hurt. Let me say that again. When you build a market that allows for rampant foolishness, when reality catches up and wisdom has her day, then the entire market will crash and the wise and the fool both suffer for the fool's mistake. We must stop enabling foolishness in our society. We must start allowing for consequences once again. 50 years ago, you didn't see a mom chasing her kid all around the store saying, please, 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 please listen to me. You didn't see that. You said, you better straighten up and get back in line. I don't know what you think you're doing. It used to be shocking in our society to see a kid disobeying their parents. What in the world is going on over there? Now it's the only thing you see. Now you see people, I heard something the other day, and I have 3 kids. I have every right to speak on this. I have 3 of them. I love my children, and they love me. You used to see a society where there were consequences, where a kid didn't obey, and he had consequences. Why? Because you want him to have a good life. You want her to have a good life. You discourage the bad so that you can promote the good. It's for their benefit. This isn't a thing where we hate our kids. This is the thing where we love our kids. Whom the Lord loveth, the Lord correcteth, even as a father in a son in whom he delighteth in. That's in Proverbs chapter 3. The Lord, whom the Lord loveth, the Lord correcteth. Whom the Lord loves, the Lord corrects, even as a father in the son in whom he loves. You love a child, so you correct them. You love a society, so you allow for consequences. If you hate your child, then you won't hold their feet to the fire when they make a mistake, when they do something wrong. I'm not saying, now the punishment has to match the crime, right? Obviously. I'm not saying literally. But you allow for consequences, either natural consequences or you create consequences. As a society, you have to allow for natural consequences. Does this make this guy look good? No. Does Trump have that flat of a belly? No. But the bottom line is this. You have to allow for people to be fools in the society so that they will learn to be wise. We need a society that has wisdom. And a society that has wisdom can only be created by having a society where foolishness is an option and it is punished. That's my take. That's my take on the Trump meme. A fool and his money are soon parted. That's right. Leave politics out. How in the world do we leave politics out on Inauguration Day? Quoting the Bible after claiming Trump's ignorance for him is an interesting way to move, sir. I don't know that he's ignorant. He very well may know exactly what he's doing. I have no idea. I'm just, what I like to do is I like to put everything out there so that people can consider every front. I did the same thing for Biden. It is very possible that Biden is so much, gone that he has no clue what he's doing. And he's being manipulated by everybody else around him. It's very possible. It's the same thing. Jeb will tie the pacifier to a balloon. That's a fact, Jack. We actually have a video of that. That's what we did to our 2-year-old. The guy was addicted to his pacifier. We don't do addiction in our house. Pacifier went on a balloon and floated away on his second birthday, day after his second birthday. John Doe, I don't know if you know that story, but that's actually literally what we did. That's still my favorite story he tells. He's sitting there. I got a video of it. We're sitting there on top of Smoky Mountain National Park, and he's like, bye-bye. My 2-year-old, he's like, bye-bye. And then for the whole drive home, he's like, ah. Poor kid, right? We stopped and gave him some milk and got him a Happy Meal. He was unhappy for a couple days, but after that, ends up feeling better. No, somebody told us that they did that to their parents did that to their brother. I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. That's how we'll get rid of the passive. We'll tie it to a balloon. Is it littering? Yes. I'm sorry, world. I'm sorry, Earth. Biden pardoned Fauci. He was asleep when he did it. Yep, pretty much. Only crap. Trump is sucking liquidity from the real coins. Yeah. So let me. I know I've talked about it a lot. Let me make my official stance here. Should Trump have done that? No. Should Melania have done that? No. Does it make them look good? No. Is it good for the market? No. Does it distract from the strategic Bitcoin reserve? Yes. Is it the right direction for them to be going? No. Was it the way that we should quote unquote have fun? No. Is it wise? No. Should you buy it? No. Should it be legal? Yes. There you go. That's my stance. Gotta go, Jeb. Wife's on the way. Love what you're doing. Keep it up and see you soon. See you soon. Indeed. They made it worse by having Melania meme coin. Yeah, they, like I said, and this is where a fool hath no understanding, but a fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may reveal itself. Proverbs 18:2. A fool has no interest in being understanding with anyone. But a wise person has delights in understanding others. I want to be understanding with everyone on the aisle because that's truth. As a Christian, if you are not after the truth before you're after your own political agenda, you need to read your Bible because truth and Christ are synonymous. So I want to seek understanding with everyone, including the left. Right, left, same deal. Biden, honestly, I think is way too old to be in office. I think he's being manipulated, and I think there's some evil people under him that are pulling the puppet strings of that guy. The dude's a puppet. He can't formulate a sentence. He's saying what he's told. The guy, I genuinely don't, it seems like a elderly abuse. The guy has no business being in office. It's not fair to him or to anyone else, because now everybody's going to remember him a certain way, and he probably had only half of what to do with it. Probably half of what he did, he actually did. The rest of it was everybody else around him forcing him to do it. I mean, when he dropped out of the race, Nancy Pelosi went and saw him and forced him to drop out. They said, we're going to all turn on you if you don't. They manipulated him into dropping out of the race, right? So we can have understanding with both sides. Having understanding with Trump doesn't mean I'm not going to have understanding with the left, because there's a lot of stuff going on the left. Let me tell you something. On the left, there's all kinds of stuff that's wrong, that's coming from a broken heart because the Christians didn't do a good enough job of showing them the grace of God and saying, hey, we love you. That's not how you fix that, but let's come in and help you fix that, right? Just get that out of the way. That being said, understanding Trump, he and Melania may genuinely have zero idea that a meme coin a lot of times ends up looking like a rug pull and ends up hurting people. They may have literally not understood that. It's a new concept, and Trump is like very old. So, yeah. Am I buying it? No, I'm not buying it. Smart man learns from mistakes. Wise man learns from others. Yep, that's right. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more videos coming today, more content coming, because there is a lot going on in the market right now. If you guys have not already, make sure to sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below. There is a huge Trump and Melania thing going on right now. They're going to airdrop some of the tokens, which is pretty fun. And they've also still got the 2025 Become a Whale competition going on for just a little bit longer. The rest of today, there's a $200,000 prize pool, so you can go ahead and get in there and try and get a bunch of money from your trading. So make sure to sign up for Blowfin with the link in the description box down below. Also, make sure to sign up for the Financial Sovereignty Academy. We've got more content coming in there. We are going to be raising the price very soon to $103 a year. But over there, you're going to learn everything that you need to know about how to build wealth, maintain it, and grow it, because I want you guys to succeed when it comes to money. Stay tuned, because we're going to keep posting content here about the inauguration. That's going to have to do it for right now. But before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.